Today's calculator is going to show us the whole complete picture if you are ready to become a homeowner. We're going to be seeing down payment, closing cost, and carrying cost. Let's get into it. I'm going to enter $450,000. Once I enter $450,000, I'm going to hit calculate, and it will give me 4 different scenarios for you to see what works best for you. Of course, the first scenario is going to be based on the minimum down payment. Since the property is under $500,000, the minimum down payment is 5%. Second scenario is 10%. Third scenario is 15%. Fourth scenario is 20%. Let's just look at the first scenario because I'm a first-time home buyer and I'm purchasing a home of $450,000 and I'm putting 5% down. So of course, I'm gonna see the first scenario. I'm gonna put 5% down and the minimum down payment is $22,500. I'm gonna be paying CMHC insurance, which is part of my closing costs. And for you to learn about what CMHC insurance is, click on the links below to watch that video. My total mortgage is $444,000. I'm going to have a mortgage amortized for 30 years. And to learn everything about mortgage payments and amortization, interest, click on the link below to watch that video. Interest rate, I'm gonna actually change this to 4.2% because on average for the past 30 years, a variable mortgage rate has been 4.2%, and I'm actually going to be applying for a variable mortgage rate, so I'm gonna change it to 4.2%. The minute I change that, calculation starts happening. I'm gonna be making monthly payments, and the mortgage payments monthly would be $2,165, and this includes principal and interest, which we were going to be learning more about it later on. As I scroll down, it's going to show me land transfer tax. Of course, to learn all about closing costs, click on the video below and you'll find out what closing costs we pay when we are buying a home. Land transfer tax is one of them, and because I am a first-time home buyer, I'm going to tick yes. And is the property located in Toronto? And I'm going to tick yes because I am buying a condo in downtown Toronto. So complete total of land transfer tax that I will be paying for a first-time home buyer is $2,475. As we scroll down, it's going to show me closing costs. And here you can change some of the numbers as well. Closing cost is going to include down payment, land transfer tax, plus PST on mortgage insurance, which is due at closing because I am buying my property with less than 20% down, in this case with only 5% down, so I have to pay PST on mortgage insurance. Lawyer's fees, $2,900, title insurance, $500, home inspection, $500, and appraisal fees around $300, which this is required by the banks. And these are all standard fees. This is how much a lawyer would charge on average. This is how much you would pay for title insurance and so on. So these are all standard rates that we pay today as a first-time home buyer. Now we've come down to closing costs, and closing costs will show you everything that you'll be paying at closing cost. So it will include down payment because the down payment is part of your closing costs, land transfer tax, PST on mortgage insurance. PST on mortgage insurance is due at closing because I am buying my property with the minimum of 5%. Total closing costs that I will be paying at closing when I am buying my condo downtown for $450,000, including down payment, is $30,543. As I scroll down, it's gonna show me my monthly expenses because remember, as I mentioned earlier in all my videos when I'm talking about calculators, even at my first-time home buyer seminar, that in order for you to find out if you are ready to become a homeowner is to answer these 3 questions. Can you afford down payment and closing costs? Can you afford monthly carrying costs, which is what you're going to be paying monthly in order to afford the home that you're purchasing? And is it cheaper to rent or buy? So right now, the monthly expenses that we're going to be seeing here is what you're going to be paying month after month, not just mortgage, but mortgage, property taxes, and utilities. So we see that mortgage payments is going to be $2,100, property tax around $375, but it's actually going to be cheaper because it's always based on the purchase price as well. So for the property that I'm buying, I know property taxes is around $200, so I'm going to change this to $200, which you are able to. Utilities around $100, property insurance $40. So my total monthly expenses are going to be $2,500 a month. That's what I need to know if I'm able to be a homeowner. If I'm capable of buying a home, am I able to afford it month after month? And as I scroll down, I have the amortization schedule. And this is a good visual to find out what happens as the years go by, because you can't just be buying a home just knowing what your monthly expenses are. You need to see what happens once you start making payment month after month, which is a beautiful visual picture of how we're creating equity. We're paying down the mortgage. At the beginning, it's more towards interest and less to principal, but as years go by, it's less to interest and more to principal, which means more money in your pocket. So as we can see, the chart here starts showing you that you pay less interest and more towards principal, and you get interest, principal, total paid, the balance, and after 30 years, because I entered a amortization of 30 years, we pay off the property and it's for us to own. And this is the whole visual, the whole picture you need in order for you to find out if you're ready to become a home buyer. This calculator will give you the whole complete picture to find out if you're ready to become a homeowner. Or better yet, if you haven't attended our first-time home buyer seminar, what are you waiting for? This is the step you need to take in order for you to step into homeownership. See you then.